Hello everyone, welcome to It's Crochet O'Clock. My name is Stephanie and today we are going to be learning about gauges, what they are, and how to work them. A lot of times whenever you are looking at patterns, you will see at the beginning where it lists the skill level, the type of yarn that was used for the pattern, the hook. It will also say a gauge. And the reason that that is there is because whenever you look at a pattern, you want it to come out the size that it's supposed to. But if you happen to pick up a different size hook or you're using a different type of yarn, it won't always work out that way. And it won't always work out that way because we all crochet at a different tension, which is fine. Everybody works at their own speed and in their own way, but whenever you're expecting something to be a certain size, especially with garments, it can become a problem. So that's why we have gauges. In this pattern, this is just I Love Scraps Afghan. It's in a book that I have laying around, and it lists for its gauge that it should be 11 double crochets should equal 3 inches, and it says that you should use a number 4 medium weight yarn and that you should use a 5mm crochet hook. So I went and I grabbed some Red Heart Super Saver. This one happens to be ombre, and it is a number 4 weight yarn, as are all Super Saver yarns. But this one calls for 5mm. Normally, whenever we're looking at yarn and we're like, okay, what hook do I need to use? Everybody goes straight to the back and it tells it 5.5. But this pattern said that we needed to use a 5mm hook. So, Red Heart yarn. Here is double crochets. I used a H or 5mm Boye hook for this. It said 11 double crochets, 3 inches, so I did 22 double crochets all the way across, and I did 2 rows of them just to make sure. So you will grab your measuring tape and lay them across the stitches like so, and then you are going to count. I'm going to start on the 4-inch mark, so that means that we need 3 inches, 1, 2, 3, all the way over to the 7. So there is 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, let me lay that out. That wasn't laying too flat. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Well, that's too many. And this is using a 5mm hook. So that means that we need to make them bigger. So we would want to use a bigger hook. So that's what I did. And this one was crocheted using a 5.25mm hook. Just went up one size, and it's the same thing. It's 22 stitches all the way across. So let's lay this down. Going to start on the 4-inch, and we want to go all the way over to the 7-inch. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. That's still too many stitches. So I crochet very tightly, so I decided to take a chance. This is still Red Heart Super Saver. I jumped up to a 5.75mm hook. Let's try this one and see where this one goes. So we're starting here. Let me actually pull this over a little bit. Okay. So we're starting right here. Get down there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. So that one is perfect and right on, and it took me The yarn calls for 5.5, the pattern calls for a 5, and I ended up having to use a 5.75 millimeter to get the right gauge that was needed in the specified yarn. Now, say you happen to want to work it in a smaller weight yarn. This is Paintbox. This is a DK weight yarn, and it is, where does it go? There it is. It's a number 3 lightweight yarn, and it says that you should use a 4 millimeter crochet hook. Whee! It's awful tiny, but this is a 4.25 because again I crochet very tightly. So let's see what happens. Come on now. Let's see what happens with this one. Oh, it might be a bit hard to see. Yellow measuring tape. Okie dokie. Let's see how many stitches we're going to get here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, almost 15. Mercy. So that was a 4.25. Let's try a 5 millimeter. This is still Paintbox yarn. Same weight. And we're going up 3 sizes in hooks just because we had way too many. Okay, so we're going to start on the 3, so we're going to go all the way to the 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's getting closer, but these stitches are also super loose. See, this is the look that we want. That's with the correct weight. And this is what we actually got. There's a lot bigger gaps in between those. So this DK weight yarn, probably, while it's lovely and we wanted to use it, probably not going to be able to do it. There are some times where it will tell you if it's a square, it will tell you that, you know, to do a gauge square, and it'll say 4 inches by 4 inches, and or perhaps, you know, if it's a ripple stitch blanket, it'll tell you 3 V stitches per inch. So what you'll do is you'll do a row of V stitches going across. I would say do 2 or 3, double what it is, and then you would measure those 3 V stitches and see if they equal an inch. If it's a square and it's going up and down, it'll tell you 4 inches by 4 inches, etc., etc. But that's how you gauge. Thank you for watching.